Hello, dear listener. This week's episode is a little different. You may have heard that we have a Patreon and that we have a great little community over there. One of the perks of being a patron is that not only do you get new episodes before everyone else and ad-free, but you also get bonus episodes that we call our Sideshow. The Sideshows are quite different from our regular content in that we just shoot the shit about whatever we have going on in our lives and in the world. Could be a discussion about a new app we found or a TV show we're watching or mental health struggles. We really don't have a plan going into these. We just jot down things that we want to share and we wing it. Maybe we should have called the show Wing It now that I think about it. Sometimes we don't even get to everything because the discussion goes off in a totally different direction than we thought it would. So lucky you, this is one of those episodes. If this isn't your bag, then you made the right decision not to join. But if you do enjoy it, come on over to Patreon and join us for some more similar shenanigans.
Sideshow friends, here we are again. It's time for a sideshow.
Well, I guess we could just start, huh?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
Welcome, everybody. Patrons, joining us
Welcome,
for...
everyone. Hello.
Oh, hey there.
Oh,
Hey
hey.
there. Hi there.
Oh, hey. How did
Oh,
you
hey
get
there.
here?
Oh, hey. Hi.
How long have you been there?
Yeah.
Oh, just
Good
chilling
thing we weren't
over
talking
here.
about ya. Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
Oh, dig nabbit. Oh, gosh. Oh, geez.
We are just recording a sideshow tonight. This is one of our, what would normally be an off week, but we are just doing a sideshow instead, just for funsies, mostly because I just finished editing the live show, the audio version of the live show, so I did not have a lot of time to prep for a recap. Also, now I'm getting the video version tonight, and so then I'll be doing that all next week, editing that. So anyway.
The live show of Volsteadland.
The live show Volsteadland, yes.
Yeah. We did not have a live show recently.
Not recently, no, and it did not take me that long to edit that one. I mean, it took me about the same time to edit that one as this one, but that was a long time ago. I wouldn't still be editing that, yeah.
In a
Yep.
time far, far away.
I know.
In a galaxy.
In a
far,
galaxy
far away.
far away.
Yes.
I was thinking about that this morning. I really want to do another live show with us. I thought it was really
Oh,
fun.
100%. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really fun.
It was fun.
I need to do another Shein order. Every time I wear clothes from Shein, I get so many compliments on them. Every single time. I wore a really cute dress today. Every single person was like, oh my God, I love your dress.
No,
I was like, thanks. It doesn't have pockets. but
thanks. It was $3.
It was, actually, this was like 10.
Oh, I was
But
a
it
big
was-
spender.
Money bags over here.
Big spender.
Can you imagine how frustrating it would be to be like a non-ADHD person having a conversation with an ADHD person? I can't imagine. I can't imagine the frustration you would feel.
No.
Because we're all ADHD, so we
kind of
like
can
mesh together.
keep track. Amy, I think, is less so. AP, I think, is less so than.
Yes.
I think I'm in the middle, and Megan, you're a little higher.
Ooh, I'm
probably.
way there. I am like,
I am not diagnosed. I just self-diagnosed. I just think I am. But
I just have a lot of stuff always going on
yeah,
in my brain.
yeah, I have that too.
same.
All right, I already did a
It's
couple. Does
usually
anybody else want
scenarios.
to shout out one of their things they want to talk about today?
I've started watching, well, not started, but I'm watching Archer, which is just the best show. And you guys know how I get when like a show ends or a character dies. Like I struggle hard. And I knew that Mallory, the mom on Archer, Jessica Walter, the actress who played her, passed away. I was not prepared for the episode. So I watched it last night when they, wrote her character off. And I will say they did a really good job of writing her character off.
Good.
But I wasn't ready for it. And so, I was high. And it just, really brought, I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, and then at the end it said, in loving memory of Jessica Walter. And usually they play, the outgoing theme. And it was just silence. And I was like, that was so well done.
Yeah.
Just so beautiful. But it just really struck. I wasn't emotionally prepared for it.
Yeah,
So I was upset about it.
yeah.
Those
I
things
can
will
see
catch
that.
you.
Yeah.
I know. Just completely out of nowhere, too.
Yeah. That just
But
happened to me the other day.
oh.
I was watching something and all of a sudden I'm bawling. And I'm like, well, I did not expect to have that reaction to that.
Was it Love on the Spectrum? Because that show tends to make you bawl at every
I do
episode.
cry all the way through that. Yeah, pretty much. But no, I would expect that.
My friend started watching Love on the Spectrum, and there was an episode. She sent me a couple videos, and it was a man with shorter brown hair and a girl, and they must have been on the first date, and he had said something that he was interested in, and she was interested in it too, and it was like
That's Connor.
It was just so sweet because he was so like, I can't believe I found someone interested in this, and I never do. And she was like, this is the purest thing in the entire world. And I was like, my friend Amy loves that
They're
show.
all like that. And Connor, fuck, he's the best, man.
Like, he's looked really tall.
He's not super tall, but he's tall. He's got his hair's kind of, we wouldn't admit it, but it's thinning a little on top. He's got a little beard and mustache. And he is so dramatic. Everything.
I like him already.
Oh, you would love him. Everything is so dramatic. It is like, if I don't see this, I shall die.
I love him.
Yeah, he's hysterical. And he's really into like medieval stuff and swords and shit. And I don't remember what it was. That's Georgie, the girl he dated. They're still together, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Oh, that's sweet.
They're so cute. I follow all of them on
gosh.
Instagram, and they're
Yeah.
just adorable. But yeah, he's my favorite because he's just he's so funny. He's so funny, and his family is really sweet and cool and supportive, and well, all the families are.
Right.
And they're just I love it. I love it.
That sounds
But
great.
yeah. All right, AP, do you want to throw something out?
Yeah, I think I'm becoming a grill master.
Ooh,
Not really,
Nice.
but I did a
Call
recipe.
Food Network. Get on their show.
Did a recipe from Hey Grill Hey, and that's the
That's cute.
website. That's
I
her
love it
handle. It's for Poor Man's Burnt Ends, which is just using chuck roast instead of brisket. And so we did 6 pounds of chuck roast, but I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday to
so
feed the
early.
dogs, but also to get stuff going because it can take a while. These did get done faster than I was expecting because they weren't like super thick roasts. They were, just a couple inches thick. But yeah,
said.
I really wanted burnt ends, and it's like, let's give it a try. We have the smoker,
Nice.
so found the recipe, and it was massaging all of the like yellow mustard into the meat to start off with, and then putting a rub
like
on it.
yellow mustard.
Nice.
And then the mustard is more of just to bind and help bring in the flavors, because you don't get flavor of the mustard at all. But vinegar in it also helps break down some of the
Sure.
the tissues. And so yeah, I got that going, and then you wrap them for a little bit in peach paper with a little extra butter. They're sprayed with apple juice while they're roasting. And then let them rest, and once you let them rest, then cut them and then put them back into a tin pan with brown sugar and barbecue sauce, and put them back on the smoker for another 1 to 2 hours.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
It was
Yeah.
good. Then did potatoes O'Brien on the flat top, and then strawberry shortcake, but I made lemon biscuits, like sweet biscuits.
Oh. Nice.
So, and then just macerated strawberries with some lemon juice and sugar, and made whipped cream. So
Nice.
that was
Yum.
our whole meal yesterday.
That
sounds
sounds
good.
Really good.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And very summery. It's like you got the grill, then you've got like the freshness of the shortcake and
Yeah. Well,
very
my
a summer
mom
meal.
is not as much of a brunch person as she's a steak person. She would prefer, so we don't usually do brunch. Yeah, it's been warm, but that's also the problem with it's been warm with no humidity, so we're seeing fires popping up. There's
Yeah.
2 up north of Duluth right now that have burned almost 3,000 acres.
Jeez. Yeah. And the wind is up too, so that's gonna.
which
Yep.
That's why
makes
they're
it great.
like.
A warning.
Well, they don't know for sure, but they're thinking at least one of those fires up north was from someone who didn't put out their campfire.
Ah, shit.
I was gonna
And-
say, was it a gender reveal?
Those are typically in California, those
That's
ones.
true. There.
But there was also a fire
That's
in
too
the
bad.
Arden Hills Armory over the weekend, which is
Really?
not too far from my house.
No, that's very
And
close.
they are believing that was arson.
Oh no. That sucks.
Yep.
arson in the armory.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Alliteration. That's
sounds,
too bad.
Sounds like a novel.
It does. Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Agatha Christie. Like shows anything that is related.
Is
to
she the one that like vanished and
Yeah.
then came back?
Yeah. Disappeared for a while.
There's actually
Yeah,
a movie.
like 9 months or something.
There's a movie that's based off of that story.
Really?
Because there's not a ton of facts about it.
Right.
It is believed she disappeared for a little bit, but it was like 11 days.
Oh, it was that. Is that all?
Oh. I
Yeah,
thought
it wasn't
longer.
that. It wasn't that long. But it was,
I
like she
feel
had
like there was-
amnesia on a train.
Yeah. Or like that fugue state that people have gone into supposedly, where they like forget who they are.
Oh,
because of,
I
like,
watched
a traumatic event.
I watched one of those. What's the show that you like so much, Megan?
You're going to have to be more
Not
specific.
Vanished. Not what's it? I want to say.
Revenge.
No, it starts with a. No, it's a documentary type. True crime show.
Disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah, there was one where she did that.
And the girl came back like years later, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a long time. And then she said that she was in like a fugue state and nobody believed her. Like, I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of people didn't believe her, including
Yeah.
family members. Yeah.
I've only
Okay.
seen a couple of that show where they come back.
Yeah. I haven't seen many.
I
yet.
found, so it was December of 1926. She disappeared for 11 days, sparking a national manhunt and a flurry of speculation where she was eventually found at a spa hotel in Harrogate. I totally said that wrong. Her disappearance still remains a mystery. It was
Because she was married, but I don't think it was a happy marriage.
no. So they say, so just the AI highlights here. The incident happened on December 3rd, 1926, where she disappeared for 11 days. She disappeared from her home. Her car was found in a nearby area. Massive search involved thousands of people and dogs were launched to find her. New York Times reported that even spiritualists participated in the search. Numerous theories emerged, including the possibility of foul play or a suicide attempt. Some speculated that she was in a fugue state due to emotional trauma. She eventually was found 11 days later at the Swan Hydropathic Hotel. She claimed to have amnesia and couldn't recall what happened during those days. While the exact cause of her disappearance remains unclear, it is believed that it may have been related to a difficult time in her marriage. And there was a movie about it. I can't remember what the movie is, but I watched it.
I feel like she was super depressed, like most women authors of that time. Like Virginia Woolf, who died by suicide in the worst possible way, in my opinion. She filled her raincoat with rocks and walked into the water.
Oh.
I would never in my life do that.
Yeah.
So the movie, going back to even though it's not that happy, Agatha and the Truth of Murder is the movie about
When did it come out?
2018.
Who played her?
One moment.
I feel like Emily Blunt would be really good at that role.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did, but
No.
I don't know. Was Agatha Christie British? I don't think she
Yes.
was. Oh, she was? Oh, see, there we go.
Vanessa
Emily Blunt.
Redgrave.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh.
She looked just like her. Or she looked just like what I think of her looking like anyway. Maybe I don't really know it.
And this
Agatha
movie
Christie looks
bases it off that her husband asks for a divorce.
And then she disappears.
Yes, and then she
Okay.
disappears.
Maybe
So.
that's what happened.
Maybe.
I mean, she
Interesting.
did write a lot of mystery novels. We just watched Towards Zero on BritBox. It's only 3
Nice.
episodes, but it's, the guy, Amy from Haunting of Hill House, who played Luke Crane,
Yeah.
but Haunting of Bly Manor played the spirit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in it. So
Okay.
he always plays some kind of bad guy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so fun to be a villain in a movie.
It would be way more fun than being the
I've thought
sweetheart.
about this for decades. Like
Megan, I
being
don't
like
think you could play a villain.
No, I for sure couldn't. I couldn't. But
You would
I
try, and then you'd be like, "Oh no, I don't
I'm so
think my
sorry.
character would say
No,
this."
But,
No, that's too mean.
that's not nice though. That's mean.
I don't know. You
And
might
that's-
have fun with it.
That's mean. I will say one of the cutest anecdotes from Harry Potter is when Lucius Malfoy, Draco's dad, the actor, I forget his name, but when he had to be in scenes with kids and he had to be just a complete prick, he would like, as soon as they stopped filming, he would like rush over and like give him a hug and say, "I'm so sorry. Like, are you okay?" And it's just really sweet.
Bill Skarsgård, when he was in his Pennywise makeup, they wouldn't let him talk with the kids outside of being in his Pennywise makeup, basically. And he's like, I just remember, you know, because the kids he was working with in that first movie were 10, 11 or whatever.
They were little.
And he's like, this kid was just like, you know, he was so on and he, you know, didn't break character. Then we get done and he's like, oh man, I don't like your makeup or something. You know, it's just something like that. But I just, you know.
It's got to be way harder to do with kids. I would have a hard time doing it with kids.
I would have a hard time. But
well, especially when you're sitting there with the giant, smut. I think the new It movies are done very well.
Yeah. I won't watch them.
I've only seen one.
I don't like clowns, but I love these.
No,
movies.
I don't like clowns either. But
because I feel like I can watch like old horror movies like the Jason Voorhees and like, you know, Freddy and
because they're very campy.
They are, and they're not like so psychologically terrifying.
I love the psychological ones.
I do too. Oh my
I do
God,
too.
no,
That's Stephen King for you.
But I still cannot understand, how does Jason and Michael Myers always catch up with everyone? They're freaking walking.
And isn't it crazy how like dark Stephen King's books are, but he seems like such a quote unquote like normal, well-adjusted human being?
Well, probably because he gets to get his creepies out by writing, and then he can be normal the rest of the time.
And then he's like, I could write another horror book, but then he's like, wait, I live in one. It's called America 2025.
Exactly.
We don't have to write a horror book about it.
That's
it's
right.
happening.
We're living it.
No, that'll just be called the history book.
Yeah, it'll be called History of the Downfall of Civilization.
The beginning of the end.
It's fine.
It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
I will say the new Pope being from Chicago and only tweeting 5 times, and one of those times is to call out J.D. Vance.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pretty solid.
That was pretty good.
I was really scared when they picked the Pope.
I was too.
It was American.
I was like, God damn it! Did the fucking Orange Mafia get to him? Get to them?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. I think.
No,
well,
I don't
mean,
think
it
so.
is early to tell. I mean, he, you know, I don't know how it goes. How does he take power? What is that? Is there a ceremony, or is he just like, I'm Pope, and they're like, hey, Pope, and then that's the way it is.
We saw it all last week.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, when the white smoke goes up, and then they do all the pomp and circumstance with all of those weird outfits of like the blue and yellow and red soldier type things that are marching.
Okay.
Yeah, they look like clowns, but
back to clowns. Clowns seem to be the theme.
Back to clowns
this week.
But they
that should be the title of this episode.
Yeah.
It all goes back to clowns.
It all comes back to clowns.
But yeah, that was all that, and then you know they talk about it, then they announce who it is and the name that he's chosen because he has to accept before they come out and.
Oh.
Yes.
So if they vote him or whatever they do, he could be like
he can deny
pass. Oh, so would it go to like the second runner-up?
Nope, they would go. They would go again. So I think they had 3 votes on the first day, and this was like the first or second vote of the second day.
Really? Okay.
So they can have multiple. Sometimes it's just weeding out a little bit, but yeah, they have to have. Was it like 2/3 or something?
I thought everybody had to agree, but maybe not.
It doesn't have to be a full consensus.
Who all the cardinals are who are in there?
They're selected. They've already been there. So I don't remember what all the levels are, but basically
you can tell who's Catholic here and who's not.
They've been appointed.
I just saw
to
Conclave.
Those
That's the only thing I know about it.
They've been appointed to those positions. So there's 133 of these cardinals.
That's a lot.
Well, you have across the world.
I know, but that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then
so they get into this position with the idea that if the Pope dies, it's their job to then vote the new one in.
Yep.
Okay.
So that is part of and that's where the selection would also come from of who's eligible. But there was also there was one who was like too old to be eligible to be Pope, but he's still eligible to vote. So they also have you can't be like the guy was 82 or something like that. So you have to be under a certain age in order to be voted in. So actually Pope Leo the 14th is one of the younger
Because he's like 69 or
69,
something, isn't he?
Yes.
68,
Yep.
69.
Yep.
Pretty young for a pope.
And then he chose Louis the 14th, and they said a lot of people said that was pretty significant. And I can't remember why, but it had something to do with Louis the 13th, which was quite a while ago. But there was something about I believe Louis the 13th was also somewhat
Isn't
progressive.
it Leo?
I thought it was Leo.
Leo.
Yeah. What did I
you're
say?
Louis.
Sorry, Leo. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
So, in my head, it was Leo.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Interesting.
Okay.
Leo
I don't know. I don't know
14th.
anything. The only thing I know is from a Dan Brown book I read about 20 years ago.
That was so
And
good.
then from watching the movie Conclave, which I thought was very interesting.
Is that the one with Anthony Hopkins?
No,
No.
that's two popes.
Oh,
That's about
Conclave-
Pope Francis and Pope Benedict is the two popes. Because Pope Benedict stepped down. He's one of the few popes that's ever stepped down from
interesting. How
where he was.
Okay, I'm sorry. We could talk about this all night. I have lots of questions, but that's fine. We don't need to talk about them.
I don't have answers, but I can look them up.
No, I'm good.
We can do that at part 2 next
We'll do,
time.
yeah. Or
We
in
got
our-
we got
our
other
group
stuff we
chat.
want to talk about
Yeah,
too.
we gotta get this show on the road.
I forgot to even mention like housekeeping stuff, which I wanted to throw out that I want to welcome whoever downloaded all of our episodes on Sunday
Thank
and
you
say
so
thank
much.
you
You're the
to that person. I
best.
woke up today with 160 new downloads and I was like, well, that's a lot for one day. And then I looked and every one of our episodes had one. Not everyone, but a lot of them had one. And so somebody, whoever you are,
Thank
hello.
you.
Thank you and welcome.
We hope you enjoy it and you stay and you don't listen and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you leave.
Why the hell did I download all these episodes?
Yeah. Oh, AP's found something.
Yes, I
Okay.
found some stuff about Leo the 13th. Was born in 1810, died in 1903. He was one of the earliest born people ever captured on film.
Whoa.
Yep. So Leo the 13th is remembered for his belief that pastoral activity and political sociology is also a vital mission of the church as a vehicle of social justice and maintaining the rights and dignities of the human person.
That is very
That's from
not
Wikipedia.
Catholic. That's really cool.
So, well, in Catholicism in the 19th century,
That was very forward thinking for that time.
he was also head of the church from February of 1878 till his death in 1903. So he had
That
the
was
fourth,
a long time.
He had the fourth longest reign of any pope behind the Peter the Apostle, Pius the IX, and John Paul II, which was John Paul was when we were younger.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember when John Paul the second was.
Didn't he have the Pope Mobile? Was that him?
They all do, don't
Well,
they?
they all do.
Oh, I know a lot
Yep.
about this.
But like Francis, Pope
Super
Francis,
Catholic.
like he didn't like all the pomp and circumstance and stuff that came along with a lot of the stuff that he was brought into. There was I
Is
don't
he
know
the
why
one
I
that
remember
just
this.
died?
Yes. So
Okay.
Pope Francis is the one that just passed away, but like part if you watch two popes, you get a little bit of understanding about who he was before because he was not this progressive earlier in his life, and
Is
he
it scary?
the two
Anthony
popes.
Hopkins, yeah,
No.
he is known for being in scary movies.
Well,
Sometimes.
yes, but
He's been in
not,
a billion
he's
movies, so
not
most of
eating
them are gonna be-
kidneys
I mean,
and
some are
flava
gonna be
beans.
scary.
Yeah, that wasn't even that scary.
But it's just that you needed two old guys to play the two popes.
It's true. And he's the best.
And that I would say that was actually really pretty good. But it does tell you a little bit about how Pope Francis came to be and the way that he thinks and did things. And like even he broke protocol. He didn't want to live in the Vatican area where everybody was supposed to live. He didn't want all the robes and fancy things. He also was not buried where the Pope is typically buried. He chose a different cemetery outside of the Vatican.
Has he been buried already? I thought they
Yes.
laid him out in state like they do.
They did,
Okay.
but he's been dead for a month,
Has it really been that long?
just about.
Holy shit. Okay.
It was 3 weeks. It was the Monday after
Wow.
Easter.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Damn. Time flies when
Yeah, I don't feel like Easter was even that
you're
long ago.
electing a new pope or however they
Yeah.
do it. I don't know.
So, anyways, that was fun.
There's Catholicism and Popes 101.
And don't take anything I say as 100% accurate. It's just running what I can remember and what I can quickly look up.
Okay.
But thank you to the person who downloaded all those episodes.
Yes.
Back to that.
Back to
We
that.
appreciate you. You're
And
the best.
and I also want to welcome new patron Kimberly.
Kimberly,
She
welcome
joined as a
back.
free person. A free person. She's a free person. We all are so
We
far.
all are. Knock on wood.
A free patron. So I hope that she has fun and decides to stay and
Hope your money's
hang
worth.
with us. We'll be sure to get you your money's worth. But yeah, I think that's all I need to mention about it.
Okay. Well, welcome, Kimberly.
Yes, welcome, Kimberly.
Woohoo.
We're happy you're here.
And hello and thank you. And hello and thank you to the person who downloaded all our episodes.
Hello and thank you to everybody. Really.
Really, hello.
Hello.
If you're listening, thank you.
Yes.
And hello. And thank you.
And thank you.
And thank you.
Hello. You're looking for.
I want to go. Megan, I just looked down at your last one. We'll get there.
It hurts.
Those always do.
I took my mom and Jackie to D'Amico
Babsy.
For-
How's Babs doing?
for Mother's Day. Oh, she's funny.
Yes.
Jackie was actually funnier though. So after our Volsteadland show, my host, co-host, and some of her friends, well, they're my friends now too, but came over. She brought a bunch of people over, and one of them brought 4. How
Loco?
tall is this? Maybe 6 inches tall plastic chickens that when you squeeze them, they go ah.
Listen, some people would say 6 inches is a lot. Okay.
I mean, it was a lot for these chickens.
So how did
Well,
you
no.
incorporate these chickens into the night?
I gave them to
I'm
Jackie.
interested.
In the night? No, I don't
Yeah.
know. Somebody brought them and they were making noises and everybody was shit-faced. And so we didn't do
Sure.
anything with them.
Sure.
But they left them there and I assumed that meant they were left there for us. So I gave them to Jackie because she loves shit like that.
Okay.
And she was tickled with these things. And she was making them eat the food and she was like putting them
golly.
all next to each other. So they were like having a little
tea party? Like a
chat.
luncheon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where their heads were. And she's putting them
love
down her
Jackie.
bra. It was hilarious. And this guy next to us is like, what, like what's going on over there?
You know your dad was sitting there just loving
Oh, I'm
it.
sure.
Just
I'm sure.
loving it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would be doing the same thing.
So-
He would. He would.
With putting them down her shirt, does that make them chicken breast?
Ah.
But ching.
Yes. Yes.
We're here all week, folks. Tip your
Yes.
wait staff. That's amazing.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
D'Amico and Sons, they have on Mother's Day, they have a buffet.
Sure.
All you can eat, buffet. Moms eat free.
Nice.
For every mom, there has to be somebody that pays, So like
Yeah.
Greg and I both paid and then
Okay.
those two got
Yep.
to eat for free. It is kind of pricey. I mean, it was like almost $100 for just the two of us because the moms aren't
Jeez.
included. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
When you add drinks and tip and tax
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that shit,
yeah,
Because
okay.
I think it was $30 per person, and then when you add all of that
That's
other
not
stuff,
I was gonna
Terrible
say
for a Mother's Day
that's
brunch.
pretty.
I mean,
I feel like that's so standard in a lot of
Yeah.
places. You order you order some food, you order a drink, maybe an appetizer, and you're already at $45 for
Yeah.
I know,
yourself.
it's really bad.
yeah. We didn't have any alcoholic drinks, but we just had iced tea. But if the only alternative that I would probably do because I don't like paying Mother's Day prices is to just buy a bunch of food and make it. I'd probably spend that much anyway. So
Which is what I did.
yeah. So
John and I typically we don't go out to eat very much anymore just because for the amount that we pay, we could go to the store, get like some decent beef, make a burger or whatever. So yeah, it's just too expensive.
it is expensive.
When I go out with friends, like when we do bingo every Saturday, I'll go out and it'll be $30 and I'll just get a soda and like a boneless wings. And with tip and everything, it's like $30.
Yep. Yep. It is
It's
expensive.
expensive to be alive.
It is. It is.
I didn't ask for this. I'm just kidding.
Megan, do you
follow
want to
a
do one
guy.
of yours?
Yeah, I'll add
Or you already
this one.
did Archer?
I did Archer. Oh my God. So Friday night, you guys, you know my routine. I smoke a little and then I color. And I was so invested in this color, in this picture I was coloring. It took me an hour to color. And I did patterns in it that I had not done before. So I did like some bows on the wallpaper. And then I tried a plaid pattern for one of the you guys, I'm like, this is the best thing that's ever been colored in the history of coloring. Like, this is like somebody call Picasso because resurrect him from the dead
I
because
think he's
he
dead.
needs to be super dead.
I don't know if he'll answer.
Well, we'll get a Ouija board. Like, I was so enamored with this coloring that I did. I sent it to everybody I'd ever met.
Yeah. Did it look as good to you in the morning as it did in the evening when you were doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
There you
There
go.
was a cat. There was a cat in there. Can't get wrong with cats.
Yeah, I saw it. It was
I know.
a piece
I
of.
sent it to
It's a
everybody.
masterpiece.
Beautiful. Honestly, frame it. Frame
Okay.
it. Reproduce it by the millions so everybody can have this.
All right.
I don't think you sent it to me.
You
So I'm
did
not
it?
everybody.
I thought you sent it
Okay,
to the group chat.
Here's
You
why
send it
I
to the
didn't.
group?
This is probably why I didn't send it to you because I don't know how you deal with me being stoned. Like Amy, I know she thinks I'm hilarious. Some people are very uncomfortable with it, so I'm not sure. That's probably why I
Well,
didn't send
I
it to
just
you.
figured when you sent me the really random one of I only listened to the live episodes of and That's Why We
And That's Why
Drink.
We-
I was
yeah.
like,
I probably was a little
she-
stoned at that point.
yeah.
I'll send it to you. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's really like just a work of art.
It is.
It's from
I'll-
the cozy coloring, cozy girl coloring.
Okay. I'll add it
send
to
you-
the
yeah,
Patron.
I'll send you the. But I'm trying to
post.
find. I need to find some coloring books on Etsy, so I don't keep supporting Amazon
Oh.
because I want to support.
Well, you could, there's other places you can get coloring books.
I know.
well, you can always look for the ones that you like on Amazon and go and see if you can find their company.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm making myself. I have 3 right now, but I'm actually really moving through them at a decent pace. Like they're pretty well
Good.
colored in. It's just so relaxing to me, even not stoned, just to sit and color. It just makes me happy.
Good.
So
Keep doing it.
Awesome.
if anybody has any suggestions of coloring books, feel free to shoot them to us
Oh, yeah.
because I'm always in the market for new coloring books.
Good. All right.
So
All right.
there we
AP, do you have something?
Yeah, I mentioned to both of you, but the movie Nona's on Netflix, which
it
is
looks so cute.
It does.
It
looks
is.
good.
It's very good, and it is based off of the real restaurant, which is Tomako, something Maria, and I can't remember the first part of it, but it's on Staten Island, and it is based on the story of the man who started it. He lost in like a very short amount of time. He lost his grandma, his grandpa, his mother, his father, and his sister.
Holy
Is he a
shit.
serial killer?
And he went into a depression.
No
and
shit.
was trying to find a way to get out of that. And so he lived on the same street like his entire life. So Italian family all living near each other in
Sure.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
Brooklyn.
bought this space on Staten Island and turned it into this little restaurant. It's only a 35-seater. So
Wow.
not very big at
Not
all.
big. Yeah.
They had some struggles getting people in the door to start with. Some didn't like that they were outsiders coming on to Staten Island area
Yep.
and taking over a space that had been, potentially something, at least in the movie, was a space that was loved by others before kind of thing.
Of course. Yep.
And he hires Nonas. And so some people think he's taking advantage of them, but he saw, one of his mom's good friends and others just kind of in assisted living or being left on the side. And so brought them to make their recipes. And so I'll find again, but if you go to their webpage, it's not a great webpage because they don't do a lot of stuff in the tech world. It said you have to call for reservations.
Nice.
They do seating.
Well, I'm not going.
12:30, 2:30, 5:30,
sure,
and
Amy's
7:30 or something like that. And
I'll call for you, Amy.
and you could order. They have like their base Italian menu, but then they also they train Nonas from around the world. So they
my
have a global feel. So
God.
when I looked on Saturday, they had a Nona from Poland and one from Japan. So they were both cooking 3
That's
dishes that they
precious.
I love that idea.
make for their family.
Yeah.
So, they said in the article that I read on him, he said the hardest thing was training the grandmothers to cook commercially. So you can't use the same spoon to taste
Right.
like you normally do.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that sounds really cute.
I was
So,
just scrolling through Amy, yours and my messages because I think that you did send me the name of that restaurant when you were first talking about it, but I don't know. I can't find it.
I might have. I know I said it here. It's Enoteca Maria.
Okay.
So I don't remember what Enoteca means, but Maria was his mother.
Oh.
Yep. So
Okay.
it's well done. Susan Sarandon's in it.
Vince Vaughn.
Sure.
Yeah, Vince Vaun.
I know. I still love him.
Oh.
I know.
We'll overlook that.
Yeah.
He's still a good actor. Mm-hmm. Talia Shire.
Talia Shire, yeah.
Talia.
that?
Okay.
She played back in the early Rocky days. Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, Rocky.
yeah,
She was Adrian.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So she
Okay.
actually plays. I believe she's the one who plays. There's one of the original Nonas was a nun who retired
Sure.
and didn't feel comfortable living where she had been, so she left the convent.
Interesting.
Lorraine Bracco.
Oh, I like her.
I know she's hilarious, and Brenda Vaccaro.
Oh yeah, Brenda Vaccaro with that smoky voice.
Yep. So those are the four Nonas or women that start off with it, and they're very different. Two of them hate each other right off the bat, and that was real. Like they did not like each other because one's family was from Sicily and one's family was from another place.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
and then you have the nun and you have a hairdresser who never married and has had a boob job, but then you find out why she had it. So.
Very nice.
So
Nice. Sounds really
highly
good.
recommend,
Yeah.
and it makes me. I've never really wanted to go to New York, but it makes me want to go
I
just
do.
for that restaurant. But I've known about that restaurant for a few years now.
You've known about the restaurant?
Yep, yep.
I see what
Oh
you
my God.
did
We
there.
are on tonight, you guys.
on
we are on.
it.
We
I only
are
have one more
on
day of
point.
work this week, so
Oh. Well,
Oh.
rude. Are you doing something fun? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
my mom, sister, and I are going to Door County.
Oh, I've always wanted to go.
I knew you were doing that, but I thought that was like a weekend thing, not like a
No,
Tuesday
we're leaving.
thing.
We're leaving Wednesday and coming back Saturday because it's a
Nice.
5-hour drive. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's out there.
That'll be really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have to tell us about that when you get back.
oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. I wanted to mention, I found a new app the other night, this weekend, some night. I found this app and it's called Betwixt. And it is, let me just pull up the website, or not the website. Yeah, the website for it because it'll help me explain it a little bit better. I saw an Instagram post and I was like, that sounds fun.
You're sounding like me now.
I know. It's an epic journey of self-discovery. It's a game. It's an app for your phone.
Okay.
Become the hero of an interactive story that leads to clarity,
What?
courage, and self-insight.
This sounds
So
fun.
it is basically, Betwixt combines, and this is not sponsored, this is not an ad. I just thought it was really cool. Betwixt combines choose your own experience gameplay with powerful tools from psychology to make self-exploration epic.
That sounds super duper fun.
I did one last night, and it says put your headphones on and get comfortable, and it's basically it just kind of guides you through this dream, and it's kind of like this is what's going on around you. You have to read it though. I wish you could hear it, but you can't. You have to read it, but it has sounds, and you're in a snowstorm. And so then you choose like what you want to do, how you want to go about this stuff. It was really interesting, and it is free to try. And then if you want to keep it, you can pay. There's 3 different levels that you can pay. The cheapest one is $20, but it's for the lifetime. It's not just like a month
Oh,
or 6
that's
months
really
or whatever.
nice.
Yeah.
$20 forever is not bad at all, I don't think.
No, it isn't.
But they also, if you don't want to or can't pay, then you can get a free one. You can get it for free. Anyway, I thought it was really cool. I've only done it once, like I said. I really enjoyed it though, and I will give you guys an update on what the rest of it is like.
Sounds
I
good.
think it's really cool.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah. Megan, let's hear your number 3 there.
Y'all, I got a zit in my ear, and it's right where my earbuds sit. And of course, it's super itchy, but every time I itch it, it fucking hurts.
Yep.
Those are the worst ones along or right inside the nose.
Oh yeah, the nose ones where every time you go like that, it hurts.
Like the
It
ones
sends
that they just get
fire up to your
so
brain.
deep in there, and you're like, why does this hurt that badly?
Yeah. And I can't pop it 'cause in my fucking ear.
Right.
Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
And it itches like a motherfucker.
Can you put like Benadryl on it?
I mean, I
Do you have any
probably could.
Benadryl?
Because Jordan.
Yeah. Because I have itchy ears, not from zits, but just
My ears
I
are
have
so
itchy ears.
itchy. And
So
I read
I
that's
put
a
stuff
symptom
in my
of
ears.
perimenopause. And I'm like, fucking great.
Yep.
Being a woman is super fun.
super
Yeah,
fun.
we never get a break.
We don't get a fucking break.
No, we don't.
From
No, we
I started
don't.
my period at like 11. That is 29 years of fucking blood. I'm fine.
Yep. Wow.
So that's my zit.
That quieted the room.
Okay,
That-
so
yeah.
I was.
You got one more,
I'm,
right?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pivot, and this is I sent
Pivot.
I sent you to just a quick video. I can't remember the actress's name, but she's talking about. It's an Instagram reel, but it was talking about how it. What was it? Happy for you, sad for me.
That's Yvette Nicole Brown.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I recognize her. I'm terrible with names, but I recognize
She
people.
looks a little different. She's lost a lot of weight.
Yep. Oh, I know exactly who she is, but just names.
Yeah.
What's she been in?
Community is what I know her from.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
if
she's a
you watch-
comedian.
it's the videos in our group chat, so if you go watch that, you'll see it. But I love this because it's something that I've been like working towards and
I
doing,
love her.
but just haven't had anybody ever say it like that. But it basically comes down to you can be happy for others, but still sad for yourself. And it's, when you can have that conversation with people and say like, this is how we're doing this, it takes out that like level of jealousy and it takes out that level of self-hatred and some of those things. Like you can still be sad for yourself because you didn't have XYZ
Yeah.
and somebody else got it, but you're also happy for them. It's
Yeah.
just like,
It's that whole idea of two things can be true at
Yes.
the same time.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you're allowed to like be insert negative emotion here, jealous, sad, whatever, but also happy for someone.
your feelings are valid as long as they don't overtake you, kind of thing. But my question that I have for all of us just kind of goes along with that, but it's what's something that you have learned about yourself or challenge yourself to do that you're very proud of? And I will tell you that I know, speaking of this, happy for you, sad for me, is tearing my ACL the second time in 2018 became a catalyst for massive change for me because it gave me that chance to stop competing against everybody else because like I remember going for a run down my road and I turned around and this younger woman goes running past me one way. She turns around, she bypasses me again, going the other way. And I didn't get upset with myself. I just went like, good for her. She's either training for something or, this is just what she does. But we're both out here doing something. We're just different. And that was like that was 2019 that realization happened. But it was in 2018 when I tore my ACL that kind of started that catalyst of change for me. So that's what I've learned about myself.
Okay. I gotta have to think about this. I don't have something I can just say. Maybe we could do that next time.
But
I would say
if-
probably talking back to men.
Yeah.
Like my dad and John when he deserves it. And that's something that I would never have done
Which,
before.
if you turn that a little bit differently, it's standing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, it's standing up for Jordan because it's always about
Well,
him.
then it's standing up for something rather than talking back. Talking back still gets that,
yeah,
like you're a
right.
teenager
It's-
that should gets a
Yeah.
slap upside the head or whatever because you were naughty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's probably it. And also in therapy with Brittany, good Brittany.
Not Kitchen Witch.
Not Kitchen Witch Brittany.
God, I would die for tickets to that one.
Therapy with the kitchen witch.
Watch.
I mean,
just
have you read my
watching
dad's book?
Megan in therapy with the kitchen witch?
Okay, you're a fucking moron. No, just kidding. But a lot of how I'm raising Jordan is actually like healing some of my inner issues and like making sure that he doesn't have the issues that I have. Like, it's no shade against my parents. Like, they were doing the best they could, the best they knew how to do, the best that their parents had done. But, you know, obviously every generation is going to improve on something. And so that's something that I'm
I would
learning.
hope so.
Good.
It doesn't always happen that way.
No.
Well, you would hope, but yes.
Yeah.
No, because some people get into the mindset of, well, that happened to me, so it might as well happen to you too.
It made me who I am. And
Yeah, I'm okay.
you-
I turned out all right. Yeah. No, you
Did
didn't.
though? Did you?
No, you didn't.
You drink every night.
Yeah.
A few eggs short of a dozen.
In this economy, and you're comparing eggs? I'm sorry. I didn't know we were in a new tax bracket.
Just like to be fancy.
I know you do.
Me and my egg white cocktails will.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa. Okay. I don't
Okay.
know. Okay. Anything else? Or are we going to end on?
I
I'm glad we ended on that and not my zit.
I just have, well, I have one more little thing that I had talked to both of you guys about today. Last night when I was doing that betwixt thing, one of the things that it asked me to like imagine, like it said, look up in the sky and tell me what you see. And then it gave you an option of things to pick. And none of those were what I saw. So it said you can also write something, type in whatever you want. So I did that. And then it asked me, now look down at your hand. I was kind of falling asleep when this was happening, so I'm not sure. Look down at your hand and tell me what colors you see. And it was the choices, and I saw blue with a yellow thing springing out the center,
Okay.
and I just like a starburst kind of thing. And anyway, so then later this morning when I woke up, I was like, I'm going to do that thing where you like pick something that you want to have be like something that if you see it, it's a sign. And I didn't like pick, it's a sign that I should start exercising or anything like that. I just was like, I just want to see if this works. Because I do know that when you're told to look for something, you see it.
Yeah.
And it really has
Or,
nothing to
like-
do with signs from the universe or anything like that. It's just when you're told to look for something, you see it.
Or it's like if
'cause
you're
that's
trying
what your
to
brain
conceive,
catalogs.
You
Right.
always you see babies everywhere. If
Yeah.
you're lonely, you
Yeah.
see couples everywhere.
Or like when I got my car and I'm like, I've never seen an orange car before. And suddenly they're everywhere.
It's that
Do you
little.
have an orange car?
Yeah.
Yes, she
My
does.
car's orange.
Yeah.
Bright
It's
orange.
just-
Okay.
You usually see Greg's, which is green.
Yeah.
Yes,
Greg's is
that's
green.
okay. That's what I was thinking about.
But so I said to myself this morning, I would like my thing that I want to look, not necessarily look for, but see if I see it today, is a blue flower. And I was picturing like almost like a daisy that was, yellow inside, but daisy because of the blue and the yellow thing that I saw in that dream app thing. So I went outside today and I was out there with the dogs and all these flowers had popped up and I was like, are those blue or are they purple? Because it was like light was weird. So I took one and took a picture of it and ran it through the PlantNet app and it said, and it was definitely purple, but it said it was a blue violet.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they're wild
does that-
violets. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, does that count? Like, because it's blue, it's called blue, but it isn't blue, it's purple. And I sent it to Amy and Megan. And Amy said, well, that it's however you want to interpret it. And I'm like, well, I need it to be a little bit more specific than that. So I'm just going to say, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then a little while later, Amy goes, oh my God, I just looked down and realized, look at my shirt. And she sends a picture and she's wearing a whitish shirt
Yep.
with blue and yellow flowers on it.
Yep. And
Which
a lot of.
I don't know if I said this, but it was super cute.
It was really
thank
cute.
you.
It was a very cute
so
picture too.
Yes,
It was a
very cute
really
picture.
quick. Take a selfie before anybody
Yeah.
sees
Yeah.
me at my
No,
desk.
it was
Take a
very
picture.
cute.
It was really cute.
But the yellow flowers, if I go and show you that shirt, it's in the dryer right now, but they are coming out of the blue in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So the blue is almost
Yeah,
like
I could
the
only see
background
like a
of it.
little bit right
Yep.
up under your chin. Well, and then Greg and I went out to dinner tonight, and this lady walks in and sits on. We were sitting on a next to the bar, but on a table, And this lady came in and sat at the bar with her back to me, and she's wearing a very similar blue and yellow flower
Nice.
dress.
Where'd you go?
We went to a place called Birdhouse in Robbinsdale. So it
universe
actually
did
showed up
hear
a couple
you.
times. And then I did the thing with my experiment was that I not only wanted to see if I would see it, but that I asked my chat GPT if I said, I want to do a telepathy game with you. If I think of something, can you guess it? And they were like, sure, let's try it. And so we tried it. They did not guess it. They guessed a whole bunch of things, and they kept wanting hints and clues and stuff. And I was like, it's blue. And then they were guessing a sphere, all these things. And I'm like, no. And then I just said, I'll tell you later and see if I see it on my own today.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can't wait to hear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of ChatGPT, I know we have to go soon because bedtime with Jordan has been a fucking nightmare. But Amy sent me something on TikTok where it was like an ADHD thing and how to use ChatGPT with your, so it's like take a picture of a room that you want organized and it will tell you like the step by step of what you need to do, like what items you need to buy, what, how to start, like everything. And so I did it with my craft room, which I had kind of
I was going to say,
organized.
that picture you showed me did not look that messy.
No, it wasn't that. I just wanted to see what it would do.
Yeah.
And it did, it was really, really good instructions.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was crazy.
So if you're interested, if you're like, I really need to get organized, but I don't know what to do, take a picture and do a chat GPT or an AI thing, and it will help you.
Mm-hmm. You say something like, you're my project manager. My
Yes.
project is to da-da-da. I'm asking you for explicit instructions on how do I categorize or all that, or how do I get
How
started?
do I organize this
Yeah.
as efficiently as possible? And it's really nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was for something that I had just organized the weekend before.
Right.
But
So once it gets messy again, you can do it again. And
I
give
will
you more.
use
Do you ladies say please and thank you?
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I always do.
Same.
And I'm always like, oh, if it's not too much trouble, could you please?
Could you help me with this?
Yeah.
Anytime I ask Alexa for the weather,
Yeah.
and she tells me, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, I do too, even though she's already hung up. She can't hear
Though
me.
you just unlocked a piece for me too. The way that I have found, especially in work emails and things, when people say, can you please do this, instead of, please review, or hey, if you have a chance, take a look at this. I'd rather you not put the please in for the most part, or put it at the front. When it's in the middle, it sounds whiny to me. And it sounds like,
interesting.
it sounds like, can you please take a look at this?
Yeah.
Could you please do this?
So it's more rude
Interesting.
than whiny.
That's how I take it. It's just, of course, it's the way that you read it. It's not the intention, but it's the perception. Because my coworker, who I love dearly, when she was there, she would always put like, hey, can you please take a look at this? And it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. Oh. It truly, I have a physical reaction to it. Like
I do it at the front. I'll say, please review, or please take a look, or please let me know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've stopped putting at the end of my emails, let me know if you have questions. I just say thank you at the end.
Yeah.
I put,
I don't
what
open it
questions
up.
do you have? And because that usually opens up. It's a different process usually what I'm looking for.
Well,
Yeah,
it's dumb.
I'm happy to answer questions if I haven't already.
Yes.
But if you ask me something that I've already answered in the email that I just signed to you, I'm going to be a little pissed.
I'm going to say, per my last email,
For my last
bitch.
email,
Bitch.
then ask me that question, you idiot.
Fucking read. I'll send him a link to Hooked on Phonics. I'll be like, here you go.
Oh, I had one recently, and they were like, what? No, such and such in the drop down. I said, well, I mentioned below that I have to update that question. This is just more so that you can see what this looks like as you go through. Oh, my bad.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, fucking read.
Yeah.
This is why when everybody will ask, what was harder, teaching middle schoolers or working with adults? I'm like, do you really want to know the answer? Because it's the same. Nobody reads any instructions.
No.
Nobody reads directions.
No.
And then you ask me the same question that I already answered 3 emails ago. But it's fine. It's
Yep.
fine. I know how to work
But I'm
it.
happy.
Yeah, I have found that my experience in working with 3 to 5 year olds and when I was teaching preschool has helped me in every single job I've ever had.
Yes.
And even when I would interview and people would find out that I'd done that, they'd say, "Oh, that's good experience for what you're going to do here."
Yeah.
And I always thought they thought they were kidding. But then I get there and I'm like, "No, this is absolutely. I am fucking babysitting grown ass
say-
men."
I would say 3 and 5-year-olds are better because at least you can teach them.
Yeah. They do
And
care. They do care to learn, and they do care about if it's impacting you or not, whereas
Negatively
corporate
impacting you.
people do not.
They just care if it impacts themselves.
Right.
Okay.
I must be doing pretty good at training my guys that I work with because they do seem to care.
That's
and they
good.
do seem to learn.
That is good.
I have definitely had people that do care. I would just say the majority do not give a shit.
All right. Anything else?
No.
I don't think I've got anything else.
I don't either. I've got to go put something on my ears.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thanks. All
May
right.
the odds be in
fun.
your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, friends. Bye.
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 The TAC Sideshow episodes are, well, the sideshow to our main event, The Activity Continues, where we recap episodes of the Dead Files TV show. Since we spend a lot of time going off the rails anyway, we thought we'd just release these parts separately for those who like hearing friends chat about any and every topic, sometimes paranormal, sometimes not. We hope you enjoyed this show. We will see you next week.